Hello, welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing as good as you can be. It has come to my attention that some people think that the whole Black Lives Matter trend is over. Basically what I'm seeing is my timeline is going back to normal. I know I'm not the only one who's kind of like, Black Lives Matter is still happening. It's still relevant. We're not going to stop until everyone who deserves justice gets their justice. So this is not just a one-week thing, this is a continuation. So keep signing petitions, keep educating yourself and others. I've heard that both Selma and Just Mercy are free on every streaming service, so watch it. As I've been scrolling through social media, I've seen so many tweets that just make sense. And I've screenshotted 20 of them. No, that's a lie. I've screenshotted like dang near 50. But I'm only gonna read 20 so I don't bore you all in your very short attention spans. But these tweets are gold, and you'll see what I'm talking about. The first one that I screenshotted. How is it? Get over slavery. But 9/11 is never forget. This one is really, it's unreasonable to ask reasonable people to be reasonable with unreasonable people. Don't talk to me. This one said, okay, because I thought the nation that burned the White House down in 1776 and 1812 said something about the riots. So the NFL released a statement on Twitter and tweeted this photo. The NFL family is greatly saddened by the tragic events across our country. The protesters' reactions to these incidents reflect the pain, anger, and frustration that so many of us feel. Our deepest condolences go out to the family of Mr. George Floyd and to those who have lost their loved ones, including the families of Miss Breonna Taylor in Louisville and Mr. Ahmaud Arbery, the cousin of Tracy Walker of the Detroit Lions. As current events dramatically underscore, there remains much more to do as a country and as a league. These strategies inform the NFL's commitment and our ongoing efforts. There remains an urgent need for action. We recognize the power of our platform in communities and as a part of the fabric of American society. We embrace that responsibility and are committed to continuing the important work to address these systemic issues together with our players, clubs, and partners. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. And then someone quoted it. Oh, because I thought the organization that blacklisted the man who was peacefully protesting said something. If you don't have Twitter and you don't get it, I don't really know how to explain it to you. The issues at hand right now should not even be considered political. Either you're against the murder of innocent people or you're not. It's truly that simple. It really is. It's simple. In fact, simple. Never quite understood how the statement Black Lives Matter is considered inherently anti-police, unless you acknowledge in some form that the police are anti-black. Just let it marinate. If you don't like a few days of rioting, you'd really hate 400 years of systemic oppression and discrimination. Oh. Racism is not a difference of opinion. It's really not, and I shouldn't have to explain that to anybody. It should just click.
What's not clicking? What's not clicking?
So, this person I tweeted, Martin Luther King changed the world without looting anything, burning a building, or attacking anyone. Blessed are the peacemakers. And then it was quoted and said, and they assassinated him. There was Malcolm X, there was MLK. They both had different methods of achieving equality. They were both assassinated by people who hated them, who hated what they stood for. Come on now. This one's from Instagram. Before posting a selfie or a picture of what you're eating for dinner or your friends by a pool, remember that in doing so, you're actively acknowledging that you have the freedom and time to care about other things outside of the urgent fight for racial justice. So be careful about what you're choosing to say in this space right now and ask yourself, could the real estate I'm about to occupy on the internet be better suited to something more helpful? Basically, read the room. I don't care that you went to the lake. I don't care that you're at Crave. I don't care what you had for dinner. I promise you, no one cares. This poster is 6 years old. Vincent Goodwill tweeted on September 3rd of 2018, Colin Kaepernick's peaceful protest won't be fully appreciated until there's a protest that isn't so peaceful. And he recently quoted that same tweet, said, see what I mean? Is that making sense? Is it clicking yet? If you can only focus on the riots being bad without acknowledging the layers of systemic racism embedded in the fabric of our culture, that's how you know you're conditioned to think through a privileged lens. Oh, let's talk about privilege for a second. Okay, listen, I'm about to go on a mini tangent, but privilege isn't a bad thing. I'm privileged, you're privileged, some people have more privilege than other people. Being white is a privilege for so many different reasons. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you why, because you can go and Google it yourself. have a certain amount of money, going to school, all this and that. They're all privileges, which I have some of them, and so do you. But the thing is, acknowledge your privilege. If there's a problem and you don't see it, there's no way to fix the problem. Are you hearing what I'm saying?
Can you guys hear me good?
If you got cancer, but you don't go to the doctor for a diagnosis, how are you gonna know you got cancer? How are you gonna start fixing the issue? How are you gonna start getting treatment? It's the same thing with racism. If you don't address the fact that it still exists and that black people are still oppressed, how are we gonna fix the problem? I'm still being told by people to stop playing the victim. And it's just like, okay. Anyways, I'm not trying to go off into a 2-hour tangent. If a small percentage of looting rioters discredits the entire movement, then what does a small percentage of bad cops do? Go ahead. I'm waiting. That's what I thought. Telling a black man to respect the cops to avoid being killed is the same as telling a woman to dress appropriately to avoid being raped. Y'all, I could go off on a tangent on that too, but I'm not going to. Normalize changing your opinion on something after learning new information. It's okay. I promise. Really, it's fine. What's gonna happen? You might just become smarter? Oh my gosh. Knowledge. So we can all admit Colin Kaepernick was right? If actual bad apples killed dozens of people, there would be a national recall of all apples. Why do we gotta go through the trouble of making these dumb examples to explain to you that racism is an issue? Why? Why are we doing more work than we need to? Answer me that, please. Please. My parents are upset about the I Can't Breathe commercial on Nickelodeon because they scare their children. Newsflash, dimwits. This is nothing new for black children. Check your privilege and educate your children. Okay, that's the one I want to talk about too. There's probably no age that's too young to learn about racism. And hear me out on this. Listen, Linda, listen.
Listen.
Black children learn about racism at such a young age. It's because they experience it. So teach your children at a young age to love others, to see and acknowledge color, but to not be rude to others because of their skin color or religious beliefs or sexual orientation or love. Love people, teach people to love, don't teach hate. Racism is taught and learned. It's not innate. Okay, this one is so good. It's 100% okay to be black. We don't have to be black lawyers, black teachers, black doctors, etc. to matter. We matter simply because we are people. Period. Full stop. End of sentence. We're people just like you, so we're gonna treat each other with respect like people, loving, normal, good people would do. And then this is the icing on the cake. It makes me feel good on the inside. This one comes from the good old Facebook. You know, it's been taking literally everything in me to not fight everyone on Facebook. I'm gonna be honest. I've replied to a few posts, but there's so much more that I would want to say and do. But I'm just like, let me stop here. It's not my job to educate everybody. They're choosing to be ignorant. In the day and age of the internet, if you're ignorant, I mean, that's just on you. I don't really know what to say about that. Anyways, for those asking what a protest will accomplish, yo, this is a lot. But I'm gonna link it down below, and it goes through a whole list of things that have happened, which is amazing and refreshing and encouraging to see. The last one here is the 6th of July. Marine Corps bans the public display of Confederate flags on all bases worldwide. Turn it up! Turn it up! I love this one. I love that song. I hope you learned something in this video. I hope you were convicted. I hate that people want to argue the value of black lives. That's very concerning. I also learned who is my friend and who isn't. Didn't know I had so many racist friends. If you're coming on here not knowing something before, please do some research. Please educate yourself. Very important to black people. If you think that this whole BLM movement is dying down, it's not. There's still people protesting. There's still people signing petitions. There's still people donating. And guess what? You can do that too. You can join in on the fun. I will link down petitions and places to donate and anything else I find useful down below. Please look at the bio. Please do your part. Please continue to do your part. This was not a 1 week thing. This is something that will continue until justice is served and things change. Stay safe out there, please. And as always, Black Lives Matter.